Welcome to Drama Docket.
We actually were just talking about how we just had to start recording because
Yeah,
we got into it when we did that thing where we talked with each other. So it was
just
good.
a
So we're
chit
like
chatting.
just chit chat. We've already talked twice, so it's like we had to just get into it, or else we would just like talk ourselves out of it, and then we'd have nothing to say.
Yeah,
You're
which
welcome, everyone.
on episodes where we do seem like we have nothing to say, that's why.
That's
It's
why we already
because we got
talked
it all
like
out beforehand.
yeah, we've talked 3 or 4 times. Nothing more to say. Should we just jump right in?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Okay, I'll go first because
Okay.
Jen and I actually on one of our 2 calls today. We're talking about this because she was experiencing that, and then I went to Costco before we started recording, and it happened to me as well. So I hate lollygagging. I hate dilly dallying when you're in the shopping area. If you want to go dilly dally in, as Jen said, like the shop, like in your clothes, in the electronics and in the craft section, go do
Right.
it. Love that for you. Have that experience. Do not get in the way when I'm shopping at Costco and you think it's an okay thing to stop and talk to the person like who's handing out food. You can say thank you and keep it moving. And especially
Yeah.
when it's in the row of like all the frozen goods and milk. Move the fuck out of my way. Like I almost hit 4 or 5 people because it happened the one time, and then this one family decided they'd do the exact same thing and get right in my way, and another one, and I was like, just move.
It's completely aggravating. So,
Exactly.
like,
And yeah,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
so
Oh.
the other thing where the other thing is where like so I then went into the milk, and there is 2 things of milk. Like they haven't restocked it, they're about to restock it. There's 2 things of milk. This guy's standing in front of it, like because I at Costco it comes in like 2 big packs.
Yeah.
Like so like there's literally just two big packs of the 2 milks and nothing else because they haven't restocked yet. And it's just like he's just standing in front of them, deciding whether or not which one to pick. They're the exact same fucking milk. Grab it and run. And it's fucking cold. Get out of my way. Like
Yes.
I was like,
I was telling you earlier, I had the same
yes,
thing. I only for
yes,
me it was the same family. The
yes.
same family, every aisle was standing directly in front of what I needed to get. They were then again, I'm over by the milk. Okay, should be easy. There's multiple things of milk things
Right,
at Walmart. Like I
right,
could just grab whatever.
right,
Yeah, I need chocolate milk. And this man is with his family
right.
is crouched down in front of the chocolate milk taking pictures of it. And I'm like, "Sir,
Sorry. No one
they
take a
are
picture of chocolate milk.
they're all the same. Like they're all the Walmart brand. Like they're not special. There's
Nothing
not
special.
options.
No
Just
options.
grab the milk and go."
Exactly. So then the thing that I had immediately thought I didn't have it when we were talking on the phone is I have a conspiracy theory. Was it like a following you around? Like, are they trying to? Is this the bar exam seeing if you have good character and fitness? Like, is this one of their tests
I
to
often
stalk you?
wonder.
I wonder as well. Like, I always think when someone seems like they're not being shifty, but it feels like they are being shifty to me because we are overtly aware of the world. Like, I don't know if
Yes.
I think we've definitely said this on the podcast. Like, we are overtly aware of what's going on around us to the point where, like, if you are oblivious, it is literally it is punch inducing. Like, I would like to punch you for being so
It's the
oblivious.
most
Like,
aggravating thing.
and it's just like deep rage.
Deep
Deep,
rage.
and it's like I don't know what comes over me, but it's just like deep rage of like, why are you doing this? I would never. I could never. Why are you
Literally,
doing it?
I will literally like it. Because like so for my job, I
Yeah,
spark for Walmart or whatever.
yeah,
So most of my job is shopping,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I will literally like because you have to scan the item. I might need 2 items that are right next to each other.
Yeah.
But if I think I'm going to be in someone's way
Right.
scanning the first item, I'll go
Yeah.
all the way down to the other end of the aisle to
Right.
scan the item and then go back just so that I'm not in someone's way. Like,
Exactly.
why can't more people be like that?
Exactly. Like literally today, I was having a meeting in an office and someone needed to, I was sensing, not even that they were nearby, I was sensing that someone was going to have to go around. And I was like, oh, to make sure that I know that someone's going to want to go around to the computer to sit next to the person because I'm not going to be as important in this conversation. I need to be over here because if I'm here, I'm
Yeah.
not in the way of this person, I'm not in the way of that person. And then when I was leaving, I was like, I literally I sat down for the longest time waiting. And then once they were all like, and now I was like, oh, okay, now I can go. I was like, and it's probably like partly people pleaser, but like, just don't be in the way. It's so rude. And like, some people act like there's literally not a human being around. They live in the apocalypse, and every person has died except them, and they just get to exist in the world. And it's like, have you no
What also
others?
gets me, which like kind of pairs off of this,
Yeah,
is like I am a person. Why are
Right.
you like running into me or acting as though I am not there?
Yes.
I am allowed to take up space. And that is something that
Yes.
I'm like really have to remind myself of because
Yeah.
again, we just automatically like, nope, nope, let me get out of the way. And it's like, no,
No.
you're not gonna push me out of the way. Like, I'm
No.
shopping too.
I'm shopping. Exactly. It's just like, again, it's like a mix of thoughtless people and obliviousness, which the two combined make me filled with rage. Like, how are you so? Because again, not only am I like we're astutely aware of what's going around. Like, I'm just like, it's not even just, it's an extra level of thoughtfulness because it's like, not only do I have to be like, oh, I need to be aware, it's like I need to be aware so I'm not in someone's way, so I'm not rude. Like some people might be like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the way, but they're not like thoughtfully thinking like, what does that mean? And it means not
Yes.
being an
And
asshole. Like
yeah.
get out of the way.
Being
Like
courteous, being
be
kind.
it's like were you and I don't like to say this because my dad always makes a joke of, like were they raised in a barn kind of thing. My dad always
Yeah.
jokes and says, well, I was because my family house was made out of a barn. So he doesn't love that joke. But I or like that phraseology. But like really, were you raised by wolves? Like were you raised by like in hell or something? Like what did no one ever tell you, hey, maybe don't stand in the maybe do a turn around, figure out what's like
Yeah.
sense like that's why I see this all the time, and it's related, so it's not too much of a tangent. Have when people are going like you're a parent and a child are like shopping, and it's just one, and the kid has their headphones in. That to me rage inducing because first off, my parents never let me do that,
Oh,
and I didn't
would
want
never.
to. I didn't want to either because I kind of like the experience of shopping, but they wouldn't let me either because that's rude. Because you're basically like, I'm not talking to you, I'm ignoring you. I have to be here, but I'm gonna ignore you, which is
Yeah.
just rude. Your parents, you shouldn't be rude like that. And I will give the exception because some people might bring this up if they're listening. There are people who auditory sounds, especially if you're like on the spectrum, is too
Yeah.
much, and you have to have headphones in, and that's different. And I don't take issue with that. But if you're just issue and you just put your headphones in because you don't want to listen to your parents and you just want to listen to your music and you want to be angsty, stop because it's also
It's
not allowing you to be present and aware and learning that you need to be
yeah.
present and aware in the world. And it's like it bothers me. So every time I like that was one of the first conversations I had with Kevin about having kids. I was like, I will not let our kids have headphones because if they are wearing headphones, and they're probably gonna have some advanced headphone. I don't know what
Oh,
the
sure.
fuck
You
it's gonna
probably won't
look
even be
like.
able to see them in their ears. Like,
Exactly. Like I'm not even gonna know, but I'm just gonna have to know. Like they're gonna do something, and I'm gonna be like, "Get that out of your fucking ear!" Like I'm gonna be because the first thing I'll be in the car, and I go, "If you put headphones in while we're in the store, I will embarrass you." That is just
yeah.
baseline. So you don't want to be embarrassed? Don't wear the headphones. Hang out with me. Or honestly, if you don't want to come to the store with me, I'd prefer you
Don't.
stay at home. Stay at home and don't embarrass me. You're embarrassing me, so I have to embarrass you. So how about we just don't? But like
Yeah.
I hate when people do that. I hate it's just like so rage inducing because like I'm not having someone shop with me that's just not gonna acknowledge me and just like ignore
Exactly.
me. Like if
It's
you're having
rude.
it's rude on every level, it's rude. And you can't encourage your children to be rude. Like you can't
No.
encourage them to be that way. Like I get it could be so much easier just to let them wear headphones, but isn't it easier just to let them stay at home? Like I will give the exception of like maybe if it's a younger kid and you want them to be on an iPad to like be not
Yeah.
present. But if they're able to stand up and they are not in the park in their like the cart and they're just walking next to you, no headphones. Like if they're like above 10, like no
No, I
headphones.
agree.
Like no need to
I
be
will
told.
say,
Don't come.
so going off of that for the opposite way to look at it is so like when I spark sometimes I do keep my headphones in because I'm like working, but like I'm on a mission. Like I don't
Right.
need to talk to anybody and it's just
No,
me.
I agree.
Why do
People talk to
other
you.
people that work there feel the need to talk? Do you not see like our headphones are not that advanced. You can
No,
see the headphones in my
you
ears.
can see it. They're not hiding. It's not. And I just never, I mean, I get it. Like other generations might have been friendlier or like, especially, and it's probably not even that they're all older and they just don't get it. Like I get having conversation with someone like, oh, you're working. I can talk to you too.
Yeah.
No, I have headphones in. Please. It's the same on airplanes. If I have headphones
Yes.
in, do not talk to me. I don't want you to talk to me
It's like a
anyway.
respect thing.
Exactly.
Like
It's all
respect the
comes down to
fact that I
respect.
don't want to talk to anyone.
Exactly. Because how is that not clear to someone? Like, if I have headphones in, it should be clear to you I am in the zone. Like, I'll do it at work. I have headphones in. So if I know that my boss is going to be coming in and out, I won't put headphones in or I will keep one I'll keep
Yeah.
one out so that I can be able to be talked to. But if I know I'm by myself, headphones in zone, and that should be just signal to everyone, whether on the airplane, at work, at a grocery store, shopping, like don't talk to me. And if you're aware enough to know, like I have headphones in, but I know I'm not going to be in the way, go right
Yeah.
ahead. But like then that should be a sign to everyone. Oh, I shouldn't talk to them.
And like what gets me, because you know I'm deaf. Like this is
Yeah,
not a
yeah, we are not.
surprise to
Yeah,
us. We know that I'm hard of hearing.
already.
So of course, so someone's talking to me, so then I gotta pause it. Well, I still can't hear you over the headphone. Like, just the headphone being in my ear. Like, it's not playing anything, but I
Right.
cannot hear. So
I
then
can't
like,
hear
I had
shit.
to take them out, and I'm like, what?
What?
And then, like, I had to, like, adjust to, like, the regular sounding, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't catch any of that anyway, so, like, have a nice day. Put the headphones back in.
Didn't catch it. Gotta go. Sometimes like that will happen at work. Like I'll hear someone, and it feels like it's not like actually so important for them to like say something to me. They just kind of like tangentially like speaking to me, and I'm
Yes.
like, okay, well, like then I'm like, well, then I'll just kind of nod. Like it just can't be that important because if it was that important, you would really then be like, you probably should take your headphones out.
I
I
figure
like
a smile and a nod, that says it all.
Right, and if you're trying to tell me something serious and I don't know who you are, you've got bigger issues if you're trying to tell me something serious and I shouldn't be smiling and just nodding. Like if you want to tell me again, if you want to tell me something deep, dark, and scary or sad, and I don't know you, you got to poke on my shoulder because I want to hear it. I'm nosy. We're
Exactly.
nosy. I'm
Don't act
nosy.
like I do want to know.
I know. I mean, I'm gonna
If it's important.
right at first step, I'm gonna be like, "Why are you talking to me? I have headphones and leave me alone." But if you're like, "I want to tell you, like, I kind of have some juicy something to tell you," which has never happened, and I welcome it. Everyone listens. I welcome
Yes.
it. We welcome it, please. So this isn't a PSA to be like, "Don't talk to us if you have headphones in." If we have headphones in and it's juicy, it better be juicy. It better not be watered down. It better be juicy because then you can tap me
Juicy.
on the shoulder and say, "I got something juicy," and I go, "Okay, headphones out." Give me a second. Let me my ears adjust, and I'm ready,
No,
and then
I
I'm good.
agree.
Like, but I just think overall, people need to learn respect. That's what it has. I think that's what it all comes down
I
to.
agree.
You
Respect the
just
headphones,
res-
respect your space,
respect
respect other
other
people's
people's space.
spaces. It's not hard,
That'll be the
guys.
episode title. Respect. It'll just be
Respect.
respect. Because like I just think so few people of every generation. I'm not even gonna because I hate when people dog our generation, but like it's everyone. I
It's
just think
everyone.
it's everyone. Because the biggest thing that I have that I think is so obnoxious is when older people, anyone older, is like, I can't believe young people are always on their phone. And then old people are
People,
always on their phone.
and they're worse about it because like
Yes.
they're like
Sound
in
up.
their phones,
Yeah,
like
like they're in their phone, their sound is all the way
all the
up.
way up.
Their brightness is
No
all the way up.
headphones.
No headphones, brightness all the way up, and you can hear them
Yes.
clear at you can hear everything. You could be like 3 rows down in a Walmart and you still be able to hear exactly what they're saying, and the brightness would be clear as day for you. Like and then they get all upset when you're on your phone or you have your headphones in.
So that goes into my next tangent.
Please
Another thing
go.
that gets me is so like I again, if I had headphones and like I was talking to you today while I shop,
Right.
that's fine. I keep my voice quiet. I'm not trying to
You're
make
not like, "Blah!"
the whole store know that I'm
Right.
on the phone.
Right.
But when people are shopping and they're on the phone and they have the phone on speakerphone and they're having a loud ass conversation, I'm like, dude, I'm a nosy person.
Right. I
But like
love.
I don't want to hear you yelling at your kid like to do their homework and shit while I'm trying to grocery shop. Like,
No, I
no.
agree. I again lack of respect because it's like, oh, I think that I'm so important that I can yell at someone on the phone in this store and it won't be that big of a deal. No, it is a big deal. Shut
It's a
up.
big deal. It's a shared space.
Exactly. We're not at your house. If you want to be on your phone, because I'll put speakerphone on mine. Or like if you're in the car, go right ahead. But to be in a public space, what I also think about public space and lack of respect. We'll get back to your cold and prickly
We
real
will.
quick. But my
This
last
is my
point,
cold and
this
prickly.
is your cold and prickly. Okay, perfect. Then we'll get to our warm and fuzzy. So my other thing that gets me, and it doesn't happen a lot, but when it happens, it really grinds my gears. It's speaking about like the lack of respect of a public space. People who play music on their phone without headphones. What like and they're blasting it. This isn't like the 1980s where you put your
You had their boom boxes.
boom boxes and getting your girl. We have fucking headphones. It's 2025. Find one. And they're not that expensive. You can find a lot of options that aren't expensive. You don't have to get AirPods. You can get anything and you plug that shit into your phone or whatever device you have and you listen to it. And if you don't have a device, you shouldn't be playing music out loud. Not to be harsh, not to be
We,
mean. Get a fucking
I
headphone.
agree.
Get a
I
headphone. I don't
agree.
care what kind of headphone it is. It could be this. It could be AirPods. It could be anything. I don't care. Get it and don't play music out loud. It's rude. And
It's rude.
you're just walking around. And what's really obnoxious is when they go into I because it's one thing if you do it like on the sidewalk and you're like kind of walking around. I hate that too because it's like, why would you bring so much attention to yourself? And the boldness to assume that
Exactly.
your music is good, unless you're playing Taylor Swift or something very like average that everyone can possibly be like, that's bold, but
I
sure.
agree.
Like it's bold and it's just unnecessary. But like when I have had it happen inside of a store. What is or like inside of like a hotel? What is wrong with you? Put
So the last
headphones
store
in.
I worked at, the one time, like five kids, like no, they weren't kids. I say kids, but they were probably like our age. They were just like
Kids.
loitering behind a register with a speaker playing music, and I'm like, what are you doing?
what
Like, first
what
off,
can
don't you have homes?
yeah
Like, you're old enough to have homes.
yeah.
Two, why do you think that's okay?
Yeah, like who like where did you think in your mind I would love to blast music in a store? That would be fun. Like I don't
Party at the
get
store with my friends.
party my,
Why?
go party behind us, do a party somewhere else, go to a
Yeah,
park. I don't know what kids do any the youth do
me either, to be
anymore. Hey,
honest.
I'm not but see I would never do any of this. So I'm never gonna
No.
experience the thing of figuring out what I need to do. But like I just don't get it. Like I get it all comes back to a lack of awareness, a lack of respect and I think an epidemic in this country is obliviousness. It covers
Yes.
swaths of this country and multitudes of forms, and it's just like it's just like I don't know how are you this dumb. I don't know how to any other way than how are you this dumb.
I
Because it's
agree.
sometimes it was how you were raised, and so I'll give you that. But sometimes it was just you
But
were
that's
raised
the thing, like
fine.
sometimes you get to a, like in my head, I'm sorry, but you can get to a certain age where you know better.
You
Where
oh yeah
you
yeah
should
oh
know
yeah
better. You should have enough life experience to
yes
know better.
you should have
To
any
know
like
what the conduct of living
right
people is, what
right
the
because
expectations are.
right. And it's like it's not these aren't and I would just like to speak to our listener. It's not like it's a what we're asking for is unreasonable. It's not like we're saying you have to be like because you don't have to be as astutely as we're aware as we are, because we understand that's a high level. I get it. We're
Get
not
it?
unreasonable here. But like you have to be at least semi-aware. Like if you're in standing in front of a like you're at a shopping, you're at Walmart and you open the door like to grab something like to grab milk. Don't just stand there for 5 minutes examining the
No.
milk or like being on your phone or like get out of the way. Like it's just like basic common courtesy. Like
Like
and
my big thing is I'm like, you don't need to take your cart and park your cart in front of the milk doors. You can park
right,
your cart to the other side,
right,
walk over, grab your milk, go back to your cart. Like you
right,
don't need to block five
right.
things of milk.
No, and you don't even if you're driving your car and you can open the door, put your milk in, and keep going. That's fine.
That's
But
fine.
if you have to like do something,
Analyze.
analyze something. We love to analyze. We're both lawyers. We went to law school. You don't think we love to analyze? I don't love to analyze milk. Pick it up and go. And if you're
Yeah.
so willing to
It's
analyze,
not that
it's
serious.
never that
Grab the milk
serious.
and go.
You grab the fucking milk. I know. That actually made me feel so much better. I was so annoyed by
I also feel
that.
better. Like I feel like I got a little bit out.
I got a little bit. I feel good. I feel good. Okay, warm and fuzzies.
So I have one.
Go.
And it weirdly, like, I don't know. But anyway, so
Yeah.
I was talking about how I listen to audiobooks.
Yes.
Well, also, big fun fact about me is I love the Hunger Games. I have been obsessed with the Hunger
Yes.
Games since middle school. I was like the first person to read it in the library. When the second one came out, I was the first person to check it out. Like, I've
Hmm.
always been obsessed. Well, the newest book was
Yes.
dropped this week.
Mhm.
So I used my credit on Audible to get that, and I'm almost done with it. And I am just like literally I have chills right now thinking about it because
Yeah.
it hits so good. Like
Right?
every
Okay,
single
good. I'm
like
excited.
the emotions are all over. Like I love the Easter eggs in it from the past books. It's
Oh,
just
it's
because
just good.
it's Haymitch's story. And
Oh,
it's
interesting.
the second reaping or the second quarter quell, the 50th year reaping. So
Oh,
we get to like hear that story and like his survival. So I literally only have or half a chapter and then the epilogue left.
oh my God.
Um, I've been flying through it because like I can't get enough.
You can't get
And
enough.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
no.
so this is the second week in a row I've actually talked about books, which is wild. But again, this is another one where I'm like, damn,
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to top this. Which I will say, guys, remember last week how I told you about the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? And I
Yeah,
was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to top this. Well, I listened to another book. It did not top it. But it's fine because I
it's
finished
fine.
another book.
You
And
finished
now
another
I'm
book.
almost done with this one.
Love.
So I'm
Obsessed.
on my way to my yearly goal, which I have never met for reading books, and I
What's
am
your yearly
convinced
goal?
it's only 25 books.
Oh, that's honestly like that's a decent amount, especially
Look, because
because
I don't want want to overshoot,
No,
like
no, 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 no. You don't want to show up. And you also like it's hard like because of being in law school and honestly school, higher education in general, I don't like to like it's taken a lot
yes,
for me to like to read. Like I like it takes a lot of effort to me like okay, like I got to do this. Like cuz I'm always thinking whenever we've had to read, it's always like for a purpose. It's never to get
first,
to the end of the book and
yes.
be like, "Oh, that's interesting." It's
It's not for
always
enjoyment. It's
it's
for
never for enjoyment. It's actually for the exact opposite. It's for
yeah,
pain and suffering. It's what it's always been for. Always pain and suffering. Never good. But so like now reading a book, you're like, well, I could read this and enjoy it. So my warm and fuzzy is actually the same. It's not the same book, but I'm in a book club and we've been like picking books and finally we found our stride in picking good books. Like finally we picked a couple good books. And so the one I'm reading currently is actually based in where I'm from. So I can
oh, very
drive on my way to
cool.
work and be like, it's right there.
That's awesome.
It's I love that, but it's also kind of like it's an interesting mystery because it's not like cut and dry murder. It's also because it follows like a grandma, mom, and daughter. Like their names are Lana, Beth, and Jacqueline, and it follows them like dealing with the grandma's. It initially starts with like dealing with her cancer. She's found out she has cancer in her brain. Because it has like a very interesting opening, but then it starts to weave in this murder mystery, this murdering that's been going on, this like murder that's been going around, like murderer that's been going around, and like it's just so, very interesting because you're like, oh, I get to learn about this family dynamic, and then it's like, bam, murder, bam, cop, and then you're like, bam, back to the other thing, and it's like it's just really good because like you never get to bored. You never like because sometimes I'm like, okay, we've been talking about this like,
Yes.
and I need you to move on to another like move on to another like area of this or another storyline of this like add some complexity. It's very complex. It's very good. It's called Mother Daughter Murder Night, which I was
I'm gonna have
like,
to look into that.
it's so good. I 10 out of 10
Cause
recommend.
like
And
I so like the one that I read between the two good ones was
mm,
Twisted Love. And like I just feel like sometimes like romance books like that,
yeah,
it's always the same. It's the slow burn, the couple finally gets together, and
right,
then something happens that causes them to go back apart, and
right,
then something brings them back together. And it's
exactly.
just like I can
Wash and
tell like, oh,
repeat.
I'm three-quarters of the way in the book. They're about to have a fallout. Oh, there's
Right,
only two chapters left. They're gonna get back together. Like
right.
it's so
Like it's
predictable.
very predictable. No, I agree. It's like very predictable. That was the other thing I liked about the other book we read in book club before this. It was called The Golden Gate, and it was based upon like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, but it's based around this whole hotel in San Francisco, and it's based in like the 1940s. And it's based on like starting off of a murder, but like it gets very deep into like the history of California and the history of certain things, but also like the history of this family and like the drama of it all. And it's very, very good. And it has a surprise twist at the end with figuring out
Love that.
who murdered the person and this other murder, this other thing that happened in the past. You're like left. I'm like the last chapter. I'm like that.
See
What?
that, and like that's I think again it comes from like all of the reading that we've done is that
Yeah.
we can easily pick out and be like, okay, we can predict this.
Right.
Whereas we need something with like deep substance, whether that has a touch of
Yes.
history, a touch of
Yes.
like it's just something
Something. A
extra
touch
to
of
make us
something.
think another level
Because I need to be
because
thinking
our
because I'm gonna
brains
get
need
bored.
that.
I exactly because
Exactly, I get
if
bored. It's
I
just,
get
and then it's just words. Why am I doing this? Why am I like
right. Like I'll be
wasting my
listening
time? I could be watching TV.
exactly. Like I'll be listening to it and I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of boring. Well, let me think about the other things I have to do or the some other things
Yes.
I'm thinking about. Like then I start to think about other things. But like these books have been keeping me interested enough to be like, okay, I need to like I was even going to try to listen to at work because I was like, I really want to read. Like I'm already to like we read like half the book and then for our first meeting, like we meet twice. So the first is like half and then the second one we finish the rest of the book. But like this one, like I am like blasting through it. Like we're supposed to read to chapter 29. I'm at like chapter 22. We don't meet for like 3 more weeks. And
Oh
I was like,
gosh.
I gotta like slow down because I'm gonna get way
Yeah.
into it because I'm gonna hit that 29 mark and be like, well, I should stop because I'm a rule
Yep.
follower.
Rules.
I'm rules. I'm not gonna go past it. Couldn't possibly. But then I'm gonna be like, well, then I'm gonna sit there for a while and then I'm gonna forget about it. And then then we'll like meet the meeting and I'll like not really know. I kind of won't be as interested and then like I'll want to read it again, but I don't know if I'll be able to like as quick like that. All these things I'm thinking about, but I was like, but it's so good, I have to listen. So I tried to listen to it at work, and like I was like, people were talking. I was like, this is ruining my listening experience. Like I need to know what's going on. Like this is a pivotal chapter. Pause. I will listen to
Yes.
this later. Like it was like, and it was like there was like 3 minutes left of the like it wasn't a very long because sometimes they have like a little bit longer of chapters but like this one was like a 4 minute long chapter, and I was like, well, this maybe not so important. I could like listen to it kind of in the background. Like it's probably important, but like maybe it won't
Yeah.
be too important. No, it was too important. I was like, I gotta pause. I can't do
No,
this. I gotta listen
see,
to
and
it
that's
later.
again me. I'm trying to do grocery shopping. I
Right.
have my AirPods in. I'm listening to my book. It's a
Yeah.
very important part. Why are you talking to me?
Exactly. Rounding all back. Why are you talking to me with my headphones? I'm listening to my favorite book. I'm listening to a good book. Shut up.
Yes.
Oh, no, I
But
agree.
yeah,
Like,
look
yeah,
at us.
I know. I think we've really grown because thinking about it, we're almost to a year. Like in a month,
Yeah.
we will be at a year out of law school, and that just boggles the brain. It just
So
like
much. Like, so this is I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
do it.
For the first time in months, I was telling Michael before we got on. Again, it's almost been a year of us being out of law school. For
Right.
the first time since probably then, all of my bills are paid and current, and I'm just like,
Yes. Amazing. It's
we're
so
so
good.
grown.
We're
We're
so
like
grown. Like
doing things,
doing
like enjoying
things.
life. The
Yes,
sun's
like
coming out more here, so like
yes.
that
It's
seasonal depression is
the
gone.
seasonal depression is gone. But yeah,
It's supposed to
like
snow next week, but that's neither here nor there.
that's a different, neither here nor there. That's crazy though. No? But like it's no, it's wild because like I like tomorrow, and because we like a schedule, like it's been hard because I'm like I
Yes.
like a schedule which can be broken, and then I'm like oh god. But like tomorrow, my schedule's kind of being broken, but we're gonna go on a long hike because Josh, I love Josh, and I know you love Josh too. He's in this walking class, and so like he
Yes.
has to go
Yes.
on a long. He has to go on two. Now he has to go on two long hike, like two long walks every like two 55-minute walks every week now. But this week is it's extra special because he has to go basically on a hike. Like it has to be a 200, at least 200 feet elevation. And for context, we live at zero because we're by the ocean. So you have to go
Yeah.
high to find it. And he's like, well, you guys want to go on a hike this weekend? And I was like, sure, why not? Something different. Cool. And like we're gonna go to a different area that we never go to. Like we're gonna like go to then as a reward, he's like, well, as a reward, we should totally get like in and out after. And I was like, say less.
Say less.
I love food. Say less. Um, but I was like, no, it's good. Like it's cool. Like and the thing too is like I actually accidentally said it to myself while I was coming back home because I'm like working from home kind of and had to go in. But I was like, oh, I have to do homework when I get back. And I was like, no, I don't. I don't have homework to do. I could have some work to do, but once it hits a particular time, I can be done. And that's what's crazy. Like you can enjoy a weekend without being like, well, fuck,
Yes.
I gotta manage my time in a weekend to be able to say, well, like I can enjoy this 2 hour block, but then I gotta do like this hour of studying and reading and all that crap. No, you don't have to do it anymore. It's
So like that's
crazy.
something. So I don't know if I said this last week, but my goal from like for the summer, or whatever, I want to go to an estate sale every weekend,
Yes.
and like one a week. So
Mhm,
like I this is gonna be like the third week in a row that I go,
mhm.
and it's like so crazy. It's like I can just get in my car, I
Yeah,
can spend my day doing things that bring me
you want to
joy,
do.
that
Yes.
I want to do. I
Right.
can do it by myself. I don't like
Need
need
any.
somebody. Like I can just do it. There's nobody telling me like you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Oh, there's not that voice in my head. You should be studying. You should be blah blah
Right.
blah. No,
Like
I
none of
can
that.
just live.
Except you can live life now. No, it's like so freeing. It's fantastic. And it I didn't realize how long it would take to get out of the grasps of that feeling. But
Yeah.
like it's still happening, but like it's
I feel
crazy.
myself coming out of the other end. Like I feel
Yes,
myself like I
especially because
see
you
the
now don't have to
light
study for the
and
bar.
I'm
Yeah.
like I'm so close.
So
Like
close. Like
yeah.
we're so close. And like but like it, as an aside, it also like then makes it be like, do I want to be an attorney? Because this will happen when I'm an attorney. Like I'll have to kind of go back to that. Like I kind of have to go back to
Yeah.
being thinking like, oh well, now I have to think about things all the time, and I don't really have like even though like I'm not at work, I have to do stuff for work, and I don't really like I have to manage my time. Like my time has to go back to being like limited in how much I can enjoy it. Like it's just it's really nice as hard as like a 9 to 5 can be like this, it's nice because it ends. Like you have to leave at a
Yes.
particular time and it's done. And you've done your 8 hours and you can go home and be like, blah, I don't have to think. Like it's fantastic, but like it's hard. It's like I'm
It's
excited.
crazy.
It's crazy because I did not. If I mean, if you asked Jenna and I a year ago what we'd be doing, it wouldn't be this. I'm telling you, it wouldn't be this. It would not. This would not. We probably would say we'd be doing drama docket. Is
Oh,
the
for
only
sure.
thing we'd say we'd be doing, but we wouldn't. That like what's occurring in our life probably we wouldn't think about. Like it wouldn't
No.
be. No, it's just wild. Like I just don't know. It'd be interesting to see
Again,
what we're doing
so much
next
has
year.
changed. Like we've
So
grown
much.
so
We're so
much.
much
Like
better.
it's wild.
And the thing too is like after we've lost a couple more people in our lives, which is fantastic. But like
Yeah,
I feel
guys,
so
don't
much
worry, we're not mourning that.
lighter. No, we're not killing anyone. We're good. But like I feel so much lighter. Like not having to
Yes.
deal with a certain person or and certain people anymore. Because that's the thing. I think we talked about that. I don't know if we ever talked about this on the podcast, but Jenna and I and we'd seen TikToks, but we kind of, as we were still in law school and had our fallout with those friendships, even at the end of law school, we were like, when are we ever going to get over them? Like we kept being upset. Like we were so mad at them. I had a lot of anger towards them. Like I had deep anger because of how much they had hurt both of us. Like not just me, like both of us. But I was like, when are we ever going to get over this? Like at some point, I have to stop hating them. Like you'd think
Yeah.
because it had been like a year, but then we got out of law school and I have not seen them in a year. My life is so much better. I was
So
like,
much
oh, I
better.
just didn't have to see them anymore. Like
Yeah.
so much better. And I think it's also like not being in that awful environment. Like law school is fine and all. Like there was actually a woman, she's a grant writer and she comes to Zumba. And she was like, yeah, actually, I'm going to go to law school in the fall. And my first thought was, damn, that sucks. It
Like, are
wasn't
you
like,
sure?
it was also like, oh, congratulations. That's great for you. It also sucks. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
and she was like, oh my God. And I was like, so, not to like scare you, I promise. Like, you
It's
go to law school,
doable.
it's doable. And I will say, you get through that first year, it will be
Smooth
better. Actually,
sailing.
I don't know if it gets better. It's the sailing is less choppy. Like the first year, you are feeling like you're gonna drown. Like you feel like
Every
the
moment of every
every
day.
moment the boat is going to sink. And honestly, sometimes it does sink, and it kind of has to like buoy back up a little. But you swim, you keep dog paddling. Then the boat gets better. And then you get to like your second year, and it's less intense. It's just you figured it out. Like now
Yeah.
you know that now you know you're in the
You
choppy
know
ocean
how to
water.
swim.
You know how to swim. You're in the choppy ocean water. You figured it out. You
Yes.
can do it. And by their third year, it's way less choppy.
You're still
It's
swimming though. Like I just now feel like I'm finally reaching the ground and like
yes,
no longer
yes.
swimming.
Like I have touched sand. Like I have touched
Yes.
I have touched ground, and I'm like, okay, because every single time now, like it took a while for me to be like, well, when am I going to go back to Massachusetts to go back to law school, like to continue law school? Like the first like 3 months, like at post, like when I should be in law, when I thought I should be in law school, I was like, oh, I have to go back. Why am I here? Like, why am I not doing this? Like, it was very jarring, and it's like you're right. Like
Yeah.
now starts to feel like a time where I'm like settling because we get to live life. We don't get to
Yes.
like we don't have because like I get to go on a honeymoon next week, which is crazy, and like
So
Jenna gets to do her
crazy.
estate sale, and like we
Yes.
get to like and we get to do this. It feels like we finally have got to live life instead of like letting life just kind of go by.
Yes,
Because
like
that's what
literally go while we were like in our little institution, life was just passing us by
yeah,
and
like
we
we
were
were like
just stuck
this.
there.
Yeah, like we're literally like this. And like life is just like going by and you're like because like I left law school and I was like, damn, people's lives have changed so much. Like mine hasn't
Literally.
changed that much. Like I can't believe like what you're doing this now, or like you're that's what you look like now, or like that's what? But like now I understand it because like now that we can experience life, things are so much different and better, I would say. Like
Better. Yeah. Life was not
lighter.
that bad, guys.
No, it actually doesn't suck. Like Jen and I now, it's actually kind of hard to find a cold and prickly that isn't like
Yes.
it's like honestly, our cold and pricklies are very like minor compared to what they used to be. Like we can
Yeah.
actually be like, you know what? It's actually not too bad. Like it's not that
Like I'm
serious.
doing okay. Like
I know. Like there's actually several things that are happy that are going, and you're like, oh my god, what is going to be my warm and fuzzy today versus
yeah.
which is going to be my
I
cold and
will say
prickly
though,
today.
every once in a while I think to myself, when's the other shoe gonna drop?
Yeah,
Because I've
no,
been too
I
happy
agree.
for too many days and
Right.
like
Something's got to drop. Something's got to like it's got to go. No, I feel the same way too cuz like but then what happens I think when you get like cuz you're sparking. But like so
yes.
when you get like a full-time job, like then you'll start to be like, oh, okay, like these are the moments where like it could be a bad day, but then I get to leave and be done. So like it's not gonna
Exactly.
so I think that'll be your like that'll be the evening point where it's like
Yeah.
things are very, very good. Oh, okay, it's a little more even now.
Well,
Like
I
it
will say I did have a couple moments. I hit two curbs and I was like, okay, those are my bad points of the day.
yeah,
My fault. I wasn't paying attention. I ran
it'd be
over a
like
curb
that though. But
twice.
hey, you didn't hurt
Um,
anyone though, or your
no,
car.
no,
I
just kind of
yeah.
scraped the bottom a little bit. It's
That
fine.
well, but see, so this is another point that I have against cars. So I am not a car. I'm not like, ooh, I have to take care of my car. Like I have one of my neighbors. He hand washes his car every week, and I'm like, okay, sure.
My
I mean, if
grandpa
you
was like that.
yeah, and like I guess you can get my car, but I don't get it. My car has to drive. Like just like my phone has to get used, my car has to drive. Utensils have to be used. Why is it everything can miss? There are some things where I think should be nice and stay nice, like my bags or like some things. But like some things are just meant to be used, like a car. What am I supposed to sit? My car is just supposed to sit there. No, I have to fucking drive it. So it's gonna get
Literally.
scratches or it's gonna get things, and I'm like, okay,
So
sure,
I, for the first time in like a year, I
yeah,
took my car to the car wash last weekend because
yeah.
I was like, okay, it's nice out. Didn't I literally? I go into the car wash, sun shining, sitting in the car wash. I come out, it's raining. And I'm like, why did I even wash my car? What was
Right.
the point of that? I did vacuum the inside though, which like that's fine. Like I get like
Yeah.
every like I mean, I feel like the right amount of time would be like once every 3 months. I feel like it's a good way to like
Yeah.
measure cleaning out your car
Like, yeah,
ish.
like doing a deep clean of your car.
Yeah,
Like once every
but
three
like I
months
don't
is
even
so
do
fun.
it that often.
No,
Like I'm lucky if I do it
no.
twice a year.
I'm lucky if I do it once a year, honestly. Like I'll do
Yeah,
it some,
like
and the thing too is like I'm getting like whenever I never get into my car unless it's for a purpose. I don't just go to my car. Like I don't just go to my car to
yes,
hang out in. Like I like my car and all, but like I'm not just going to hang out in it. So I'm always going for a purpose. So if I'm like, oh look, I can pick up all this trash, but I'm like, well, where the fuck am I gonna do it? Because I know where I'm going doesn't have trash cans. So I can't pick the trash up into my car and throw
exactly.
it away because I know I can't throw it away. So like then I'm like, oh, I guess I'll do it later. And I never like I always want to savor every moment, and I think you get I savor every second. Like the hour before work is my like most precious time. Like I want nothing to interrupt it. Like I make sure I like get up right on time so that I have the full hour to sit and do nothing, because I know then
Yes.
for the next 8 hours I have to do stuff, and I have to drive somewhere, and then I have to sit, and then I have to talk to people, and I have to send emails and deal with nonsense. But like that hour before work is like just lovely. Like I
No,
just enjoy it dearly.
yeah, it's
But
necessary.
right, and I think now I in law school, Jenna can attest to this. I packed my schedule with stuff. Like I had classes, and then I was involved in God knows everything, which is so stupid. I I hated that. But like now I'm like I don't need to pack my schedule. Like I'd like to leave and go. I don't need to be like I don't need to be that involved. I will say like a little. There are some things where like they like have a bargaining unit for our union when we have budget talks. That would be cool because I am a lawyer. I can be a budget. I can negotiate. I can do the bargaining stuff. Like that would be cool. I think it's a
Yeah.
good use of my like legal background. But like there's some things where they're like, well, do you want to do this? Do you want to be part of this planning committee? And I think about it for a second. I go, no, that
See, and
actually,
like again,
I
that's
don't get
us
paid for it.
being grown. Exactly. We're like now we can be like, no, I'm only going to do something if I truly am going to enjoy
Right,
it and it's
right.
something that I want to do.
Yes, I
Like I don't
agree.
you don't have those outside pressures.
You don't have the
Because
outside
like there was
pressure.
pressures.
There was a million percent. There was so much pressure because like if you weren't involved, they were like basically, like, what are you doing? Like why?
That was me, guys. They were
Yeah.
always wondering what I was doing.
But
They
Jenna
still
then got,
are.
but then Jenna got in at like the last year to be a senator, and I was like, our student bar association. I was just like so proud. I was just like, this is
I
fantastic.
honestly had a great time and like I
Yeah,
wish I would have joined us sooner, if I'm
yeah.
being truly
I
honest.
will say though, like it got real spicy at the end, and so Jenna joined at a good time because before it was kind of boring. Like the first year of like being a senator was like kind of boring, but this
I'll be
third
honest, I think
year.
the only reason I enjoyed it was because I was hanging out with you.
Yeah, that was the thing. Jen and I had such a good time because we'd sit in the back, just like we did in class, and we would like have and we that would be the time where I felt like Jen and I felt like the most because every other time it felt like Jen and I couldn't really interact with her. Like sometimes we'd interact with people, especially the ones who've been around for 3 years, but otherwise, like I'm not like loud mouthing in class. Like I'm trying to
But
just
we
like
were.
get through it. But in that we were cackling, we were like
Something
yelling
about
down
the environment, like we
like
just like were able to be like completely
ourselves.
ourselves,
It was
and it
so
was so
good. It
nice.
was so nice because like even at one point like we were talking, they were talking about barristers and like, does anyone have any notes like for the meeting? And I was like, I want to put a note into the meeting. I want an official record. I'm gonna be shaking my ass just like everyone else should. And it was so funny. And we had a joke forever because every single person that was in SBA or had read the SBA minutes, which was shocking that you would actually read those minutes, but someone would come up to me. I can't wait to see you at barristers. I can't wait to see you doing that at barristers. I saw the episode, and I was like, fantastic, love
Yeah.
that you get to get a better sense of who I am. Fantastic.
Yes. And I think that again, like now that we are where we're at, we have a better sense of who we are in a
Oh,
way.
thousand
And the stuff
percent.
that we've been through is like kind of made that and solidified that. And
Yeah.
like we don't now we don't care. Like we're just gonna be like, "Ooh, this is us. Like either like it or leave it. Like
Take like the whole thing with like reality TV because like so many people have had so much to say about generally reality TV, but like us liking reality TV, and I've been like at this point I'm like I actually don't give a fuck if you don't like if you don't like that I don't like it. the most I can say to you is I don't care. Like the fuck
Well,
me, I
like my
guess.
I
Like
don't care what you watch on like other people watch on TV. Like I'm
yeah.
not judging what you guys watch. Like
And you probably watch boring ass weird TV. So, but
I'm
I
not
don't
judging
judge
you
you.
for watching movies. I hate movies. It's a common fact. I hate movies.
Boo movies. Like I just think movies are a waste of time. Like, and it's like I would prefer to watch an episode. I'd prefer to watch a series of episodes than watch one movie.
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
could sit and watch just 8 hour long episodes, spend 8 hours of my day watching that same series,
right.
then watch one 2 hour movie.
Oh yeah, 1,000% would never. Because the thing is, like, it's just like, and the thing I have found with movies, like when I have actually had to go to a movie for whatever reason, or like been like, well, maybe I will go watch this movie. They're all the exact same, and
Predictable.
they're predictable, or they're just a remake of something else, or they're like they're
Yes.
the exact same plot line. And it's like having been an educated person, you know, okay, well that's the plot line because this is what they do in media. This is what they do in in
Yes.
like literary things which get played out into movies. Like this is how this is the hero's journey, for example. Like this is what they do. Like and it's like I don't care. Or like like in any of the fucking Marvel movies, which I watched them because my dad wanted to watch one for his birthday. So fine, I'll go. But like those are a waste of my time, and I think those are a big ass scam because they are far too long. You have to watch them in a particular order, and you have to wait. And there's some important scene at the after the credits that is so important to the next movie or to that movie or to the universe in general, which I find to be stupid. Why is it not in the movie then? If it's not important, if it's important, it should be in the movie.
I agree. And like
Like
I'm also the type of person like I will watch a movie in the movie theater, but I will not
yeah.
sit on my couch at home and watch a movie. Like cannot. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, I will say like the experience of watching a movie in the movie theater is I like that better because with the movie, but if I'm gonna watch like if someone's gonna force me to watch this particular movie, and I have to do it at home. Like there are some movies where I'm like, okay, I'll watch it for the experience in the movie theater. Yeah, but like I if I'm gonna watch it and you make me watch it and it's not something I would go watch in the theater, I have to watch it at home. I'm not
So
watching it in the
if
theater.
I'm watching a movie at home, there's an 88% chance I'm going to fall asleep.
Or be on my phone. I'm definitely
Oh,
gonna be on my
I'm
phone.
definitely on my phone. Definitely. That's not
That's
even a question. I'm on my phone from like the moment it starts to the moment I fall asleep.
like I'll watch the first like 2 minutes, and if I'm not immediately like hooked, phone. Like
Yeah.
it's just immediate, like phone. And what's hard, especially but that's why movie theaters are good because I am not rude. I will not be on my
Oh,
phone in the movie theater. I am not a bitch. I will not be. I
my phone is on
hate.
silent.
Yeah,
The lights
phone is.
all the way down.
Yeah,
Like
and if I have to look at my phone, like I will. But if not, it is on like do not disturb mode. It is in my bag. It is just like I'm not looking at it. Like unless Christ himself or Kevin or like my parents need me desperately, I'm not picking up the phone. I'm not looking.
no.
It's like it forces you to be in the zone, which I didn't think about before. That's a good
Which I
point.
feel like that's probably like why I am the way I am about
Because then you
movies.
can disassociate. You can have to be like, well, I have to pay attention to this movie.
Yeah,
I don't
there's no
have
other
to.
choice because
There's,
I'm not gonna be rude. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
follow
gonna
the
be an
rules.
asshole. I refuse to be a bitch. I'm not gonna do it. Like I hate those people. Like if you're gonna be that person, you have to sit in the very back row. You got to sit your
Yeah.
very back row. Because if I see all those people, and it's the biggest offenders that I've noticed, old people.
Yeah.
They're like, well, I have to have my phone. It has to be the brightest fucking screen, like
And
so
their
fucking
text is like this large.
yeah, it's like humongous, bright screen, bright as this. Like
So
it's just
speaking of
fucking
that,
huge.
I think I sent you a TikTok about this before, but it's like, so question,
Yeah.
are you a person, so like if someone is just like chilling, they have their phone out completely exposed and they're like texting or whatever. So
Mhm.
I'm a reader. Like I'm
Oh
not
yeah, I'm
trying to
nosy.
like read your messages. Like I'm not going out of my way. But
Right.
like if you're gonna have your phone out in a position where I can see it,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna look.
looking. Oh, I think of that in every way. Like if you have a book that's open, I'm gonna look at it. If you have anything out for public consumption and I can possibly read it, even if I can't, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna be
I'm
like,
gonna try to read it. It's
yeah, I'm gonna yeah. And the thing too,
exactly.
like yeah, like if you like that's why if I sit next to someone on the plane, that's why I put the headphones in because they think I'm then not paying attention, and then I like discreetly look if they're on their phone because that has been times when I have had the most juicy things come forward from my reading,
Yeah.
and I've been like, oh my God, like it's so like I am so nosy with that. Yeah, no, I will. If you have your phone anywhere near where I can see it, taking it. I'm reading. I'll take
Same.
I'll even do sometimes now. I'll try to take a picture, zoom in, and then be like. Oh, okay.
Literally, because I'm blind as fuck.
I'm
So
blind.
like,
I'm blind as fuck. But I am nosy as hell. Like my blindness gets outranked by how nosy I am. And that's like
yes.
the thing too. I don't know. This happens to me most of the gym. I don't know if it happens to you in other places. Because I'm so nosy, I like to know if everyone's doing. And I think it's the spatial awareness too to make sure like I am very aware of everyone's everything. Like, I don't hit anyone. I don't do anything. And like I will be so nosy. Like, sometimes I'm just kind of like staring off. It looks like I'm scanning for something that like I'm like, it looks like I'm staring at people sometimes. So sometimes to avoid that, I have to actively look like I'm not doing that. But then by doing that, I look like I'm doing it more. Like it's just like
I
yeah.
relate so hard because that is I'm an observer. We've known
Yes.
this since you've met me. I
Yeah.
observe everything.
She's
Like
the
I'm
best observer.
constantly aware of everything that's going on.
Yes.
And so I also have to because sometimes like one thing will really catch my attention. I'm like, nope, I gotta stop looking because they're gonna think I'm
Right.
staring at them. And I am staring at
Exactly.
them because I'm interested and I'm nosy, but
Right.
I gotta
Not in a
look.
weird way. No, literally. And I'm the same way, especially at the gym. I try to be respectful because I've seen enough TikToks and I'm just I'm always a girl's girl. I'm never gonna ogle someone, but I don't. It's hard because in life you can tell I'm gay. At the gym, I mean, it probably could tell, but it could be a little off, especially if I'm just sitting on a machine and now that I don't have nails, like you could think. Maybe he's heterosexual.
Yeah,
So I don't want any woman to possibly think I'm ogling them. Well, hot men, of course, I'll ogle.
of
Different story.
course.
They can deal with it. But women, I never want to think to think I'm ogling them, especially at the gym. So like if I start to catch myself, and sometimes I'm honestly disassociating. I am not. I'm listening to my Taylor Swift. I'm listening to my book. I'm listening to my something else. I'm not. I'm actually not staring at you. But sometimes I will be disassociating, and it looks like I'm staring. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not staring. Now she saw this staring.
When you're
Now
like
she's gonna think I'm a creeper.
disassociating, and then
Right.
like all of a sudden you like click back in, and you're like, oh fuck, I wonder
Fuck.
how long I was staring at you.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. You're
damn,
like,
sorry.
damn, sorry, apologies. Like then I'm like, oh, they're gonna call it. Like then the worst case scenario comes to mind. I'm like, oh fuck, now they're gonna tell the gym people and they're gonna tell me to leave. Like I'm like, oh
Yeah.
fuck me. So like then this is a funny story. It's about the gym and my spatial awareness. I was being really, really attentive to being spatially aware yesterday at the gym, and I was on a machine I hadn't used, so I was really trying to be spatially aware because it takes up so much like circumference. And while I'm doing it, like I'm about to start doing another set, and this guy comes from the set, like because it's like a machine here that goes out pretty far, and then there's a machine next to it and a machine next to it, and he tries to go in between like the arm of the machine I'm on, which kind of goes farther out than the actual seat. It goes pretty far out, and he tries to go in between that and like the other machine, and like I start to do it, and I hit him in the side. I immediately it was like, and I had headphones in, so I can't hear. Obviously,
Yeah.
as we talked about, like I can't hear, and I audibly hear him go, "Oh," and I felt so. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." He's like,
So then
"No, it's
you're
okay."
mortified, right? Like you're like, oh my god, how could I have done that? I'm
Oh
so
my god! In
embarrassed.
my legal mind, oh my god, I just battered him. He's gone to call the police.
Yeah.
I've just committed a crime. Like I'm like, or like, and he's like, oh, I'm like, I'm God, I'm so sorry. He's like, I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. It's okay. And I was like, he's like, it's fine. And I was like, is it fine though? Like, are
You'd
you
be like, it's
fine?
not fine,
It's
sir.
not
Like, I'm
fine.
sorry, but it's not
I'm
fine.
really, I'm personally, it's not okay. I'm not okay with it. And after that, like, he started to do it. Like, it happened. I hadn't started like a full set. And I was like, well, fuck, now I gotta leave. And I knew but then my other overthinking was like, well, now he's gonna know that I'm overthinking it and freaking out and leaving. And then he's gonna check on me. And I don't want him to check on me. I'm okay. I assaulted him. I battered him. He can't be checking on me. So I'm like, okay, I just gotta stay here. Give it a second, pretend like I'm like, you know, just waiting to start another set. Like I wasn't actually gonna start a set. I was just, getting ready. But then I'm like, okay, so now I'll do it. I finished it really quick, ran. I was like, I hope to God I never see this man again. But I was like, it was so embarrassing. And I was like, I am so spatially aware. How did I not see him?
And that's the thing about us is like when because we are so spatially aware
so
that
aware.
when it does like that happens, we're like, how could that have happened? How could I have let that happen?
Right. I'm like, I checked, and then I literally every time after that, like every time I was doing a set, every time I was doing one, I was like a rep, I was like, is someone coming? Is someone coming? And the people next to me thought I was crazy because and the worst part about it is because I go to a gym where there's people I went to high school with. Of course, the day that I batter someone with the machine is right next to me, a girl I went to high school with. I was like, fuck me. I was like,
So embarrassing.
so embarrassed. She doesn't know who I am. I know who she is because I know everyone's face. I remember every person I went to high school with because that's just, I don't know how you don't know.
Literally, I that is me same. I am the same
Yeah.
way. I don't
Right.
understand how you don't know who I am because I know. I can tell you everyone that was in my grade from high school, college, law school. I can tell you everyone that I went to high school with
Mhm.
birthday.
Yeah.
Again, why do I know it? Beats me, but it's
Right, like
there
why does my mind remember that so distinctly? Like I
so
remember things
distinctly.
so distinctly. Like I'm gonna close my eyes right now and I know exactly like the order in which the cereals are on top of my fridge because that's how they are and that's how they have
Yeah,
always been and I'm gonna remember that. I remember a face because I saw it once. I saw it for 4 years straight. Of course I'm gonna remember your
of
face.
course.
Like and that's the thing that like when people like come up to me, like when I see someone I went to high school with and I know I immediately recognize they don't recognize me, I then have to immediately recognize I can't recognize them. Like I can't say,
No, you
"Oh,
have to
hi."
pretend.
I can't be like, hi, X. But no, I can't do at first off I would never. But like even if I was considering it, I can't because they don't know who I am. Because they look at me like a dead stare, like they don't know who I am. And I'm like, I can't say anything.
And like I so that happens to me a lot at the grocery store.
Yeah.
As I just like see people from like the community that like
Right.
growing up like I knew or like they were
Right.
parents of someone I that went to school with or whatever.
Yeah.
And like they'll look at me and again, they don't recognize me and it's like
That's
I
so
know
rude.
you. Like at first off, it's so rude, and
Yeah.
then like two, now
True.
I like I'm like, how dare you? Like
Right.
I remember you. You don't you seriously? I don't look that different. Like really, I
That's the
pretty
thing I
much
think
look the
about.
same.
That's the thing I think about. I go, I know I don't look that different. Like I know that like I am basically the same looking person. I have red hair. It's very I know. Although my facial hair is maybe a little bit different, like maybe got, but like in reality, I look exactly the same. Like so, like
Yeah.
how dare you not remember who I am?
How?
How dare you?
It's rude. Again,
It's
rudeness.
incredibly rude. Exactly, it's just incredibly rude. Which is, I just don't get it. I don't. I just like yeah. So like that's, but then it's uncomfortable because you're like, well, you're the one rude, but then I'm gonna be weird if I say
And
something to
and then it's
you.
like I think to myself, I'm like, do they think I'm rude because I'm not saying hi? But it's
Right,
like
like are
they
they
didn't say
having the same
hi.
are we
So
having
like,
this are we having the same reaction like they know who I am, but they don't know if I know who they are. So they're
yeah,
gonna pretend like they don't know who I am so that I don't say so that they don't look ridiculous and I'm trying to not look ridiculous. And maybe we're both trying to not really look at this. Although this girl I know wouldn't know me was very thinking she was better than everyone, so it's fine. She
one of
went to dental
those.
school, so good for her. Deal with
We went
people's
to law
teeth. I
school.
went to law school, so you have a dentist degree, which is barely a doctorate. I have a doctorate, so
Indeed.
don't come at me talking about doctorates because I got one and you barely do. So, but oh, speaking of people I went to high school with, so when I posted a TikTok that kind of did well, which I was shocked. Well, then because of that, this girl I went to high school with, who was Miss like I'm gonna be on TV, I'm gonna be in musical theater. She then like posted, like she then like saw it, she liked it and viewed it, and then she like viewed my account. She has like a couple times more kept viewing my account. And I was like, you couldn't acknowledge my presence like half of high school. Like the first year of high school, we were kind of friends. Then the second year of high school, too cool for me. Third year of high school, we're friends again. We had more classes together. She was my friend. She let me hang out with me. I go to her house. I know her mom. Love her mom. I love people's parents. And then fourth year, didn't know who I was. And I was like, and then never spoke to me ever since, which, hey, it's fine. But now you're stalking my Insta, now you're
Yeah.
stalking my TikTok. Okay, get a life.
It's
Weirdo.
so like weird. Like so I'm going to I told you I'm going to that musical this weekend. So I'm going
Love.
to my old high school's musical and
Yeah.
I didn't like I didn't really think about it because like I just love to go to musicals. We used to go
Right.
to them like it's just fun. I
Yeah,
enjoy
it's just
it.
a good time. Yeah.
So I'm because I'm going with Casey and Casey said to me so she goes, "I wonder how many people from like your past life you're going to see." And I'm like,
That's crazy.
"Huh, I didn't even think about that."
Yeah.
Like I because
I
we like to
know.
go to musicals like comfortable and like
Oh,
that, and I'm
cozy.
like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm going to have to like actually look presentable because I might see people from my past, and I
Yeah.
don't know yet how I feel about it because I have not been
Yeah.
in that school since I graduated,
Oh my
which
God, that's
was
crazy. And that's like almost 10 years. That's like nine
it's
years.
literally yeah, which my dad was so pleasantly to remind me that I am almost 10 years out of high school, which is
No,
mind-boggling.
it's what's
See,
crazy to
10 years
me.
out of high school, but only 1 year out of school.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy to think that we are 10 years, almost 10 years out of high school, and we are both exactly in the same places that we grew up and went to high school in. I think
Yeah.
that's crazy. I think that's absolutely
Never thought I'd be back. Not gonna
No,
lie.
I said I like vowed the day I was like, I'm never coming back. That's why I'm going to the East Coast. I'm fuck this place. Because I hated it. I hated it. And I am shocked to this day that I am back.
You always go back home. It's
Oh,
always the
the
same
way back
space.
home. The
The
way
way
back
back home.
home. You always find a way your way back home, as Hannah Montana told us.
Yeah, she wasn't wrong.
She was not wrong. That girl was never wrong. I can't wait for her. Speaking of her, I can't wait for her new music to come out.
I know, I'm
Love her.
psyched.
Okay. Well, this was a
Shall we?
really good
I
episode.
say, should we
We
wrap
were
it up?
we're going on an hour, and I looked at my thing because I was like, oh my God, like damn, because
Yeah, this was a good one. I
Josh came
saw
home, and
Josh.
yeah, Josh came home, and I was like, fuck, it's after 4 o'clock. What the hell?
Yeah, we did good
We did
today.
good. This was a fantastic episode. I loved it. It was a little bit educational and inspirational and funny. Always funny, though.
Always funny. Which, so shall we wrap up and
We
tell the
shall.
world where they can find us?
Yeah, so they can find us on
Other than our childhood towns.
Other than our childhood towns, which we get traumatized by on the daily. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can find us everywhere.
Amazing. See you there, guys.
See you next
Catch you
week,
next week.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.